Welcome back to the Talk of the Town podcast, boys. The wonderful weekend has been and gone a wonderful long weekend. And not only that, on this Monday evening, Angus and Harry have come straight off harvesting. Gus, how are we?
Good, mate. It's good to have harvest done. Now, what must a farmer do once they've finished harvest? Well, they should indulge in an ultra-low alcohol hoppy ale by tinnies. So just wait a second. Oh, get that clean up, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm a huge fan. I'm sure the listeners will be a huge fan. We've been talking about it a little bit. If you love having a beer and you don't want to have the alcohol, the tinnies, which is a Liquorland house brand, ultra low hoppy ale is absolutely delicious. So that's what Gus is currently delving into.
I would drink them. If they were on tap, I would have them off tap.
Mate, they're honestly so good. They're delicious.
And if they want to come on, geez, I wouldn't mind having a little tinny up on the wall behind me.
No, mate, me either. Well, Tinny has been in the background of one of our previous episodes, our last in-person record we did at the cottage. Gerald, how are we?
We need some more.
Oh, good, mate. I've just come off the tractor, keeping WK and CA Farms, trading as Oakwell Farms afloat.
Emphasis on Oakwell Farms.
Way better name. Yeah, just schooled this week. Yeah, into harvest, really. There's not much more to add.
How are the boys feeling post-harvest? So you've been going for about 3 and a bit weeks. Flat out. It's very consuming. Like, think of the listener hasn't grown up on a farm. Like, paint the picture of the specifics around what it actually has been that you guys have been doing, because there will be people listening that will have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Look, mate, I'll paint the picture, and it involves about 4 weeks straight of 12 or more hour days, and you just wake up not feeling fresh. I'll say that. No, but the usual day, I suppose, probably 9 o'clock. Well, anywhere from 7 to 9 o'clock, we're servicing all the machines. Which means just like doing basic checks around them and air filters, filling them up, doing all that. And then in the paddock harvesting, which involves a header, and then Harry in the chaser bin, collecting the grain and taking it to where it needs to go, whether that be truck or into a silo. We've been knocking off anywhere from 7 until 10:30 at night.
And it's just rinse.
What was that, Lachlan?
Yeah, it's absolutely rinse repeat. Like I reckon I've done today about 10 times. They all kind of blend into one.
Oh, what happened today though is I was driving the header along, and a pig runs straight out in front of me.
I didn't realize the police pulled over the header.
That was good, Gerald. So yeah, that's been us.
We never get pigs where we are now.
What makes a good harvest day?
Like
from a you that would be relatable to someone who's at work. So you're sitting on the tractor, you're going or you beauty. It's X thing is happening. You know, like it's like
basically day one of harvest. And
it's like a Star
No. It's my Thursdays when most of my podcasts I listen to are released. That's a great day. It's a great day waking up on a Thursday knowing you've got heaps of fresh pods to listen to.
For me, it's just when I know it's going to be a long day because it means I'm earning more money. And I'm not really doing much to earn the money.
Answers.
What?
Like, think about it as like, is it like something that happens where
you just go up and down?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like Mum's brought you some tucker and you've opened a lunchbox and you've gone, oh, you beauty. Camille's put this in my lunchbox.
So
and
I'll run you through it. It's when you open your lunchbox and you've had a shock delivery from Grandma and you're like, yes, I don't need to eat a dry cappuccino muffin. I get some Anzac Bickies and chocolate slice to
Grandma while driving down to Well Park and delivering Granddaddy's lunch. has swung by the house with a freshly baked batch of chocolate slice or Anzac biscuits, the great apple cinnamon muffins, Harry.
Yeah.
The great
Yeah.
homemade apple and cinnamon muffins.
Oh, yeah.
Look, to be honest with you, Lachlan, the day, I wouldn't exactly say the day is made straight up. The day is made later on in the day where you hear a faint, because Mum's got a little two-way in here that she uses, and you've got your podcast going on in the cab, and then you hear this faint voice off to the side, and you go, what is that? I'll turn my podcast down, and you can just make out that it's Mum talking over the two-way saying, if we want a coffee and caramel pie.
Yeah.
And to that, you quickly grab the UHF and you go, I'd love that. And so you give Mum your best guess, because you're up on the other side of the farm, and so you give Mum your best guesstimation of when you might be back at the road, so that she can time the coffee and caramel pie order to when we're going to be back. And look, mate, after you have that coffee, because your eyes are just hanging out of your head, and after you have that coffee, it's a bit of a pick me up, and you truck on into the night.
For me, it's also when I know I'm going to be in the new tractor the whole day. That's probably the biggest one for me, is when I get home from an afternoon of school and I see Iden that's just taken off in the old one, and I'm like, I'm in the new one. I don't have to bounce around and put my back out till 10 o'clock at night. I get to, it's way easier to drive. It is. I cannot tell you how much better it is.
Another day is when it's the weekend, the footy's on all weekend, and you go, oh, sweet. Every couple of runs, I'm going to open every couple of runs. I do it a couple of times.
It's a few times every run.
Yeah. I'm opening my phone. Well, I'm listening to the radio. I'm opening my phone, checking on my AFL fantasy players, what they're up to. Then I get disheartened and go and listen to a podcast for a bit. And then I open my phone up and I hear that Foreman Rochelli's on 20 points. And I go, fair dinkum.
Max Gorn's finally pulled his finger out.
That's where you just go, you look at your team, you're scrolling through it and you go, you guys are dead to me, all of you. All of you are dead to me.
Lachlan, the rookies that I put on my bench are scoring more than the ones on my field, and I just go, oh, fair dinkum.
No, it's a great time of harvest is when it'll be Thursday at about 6:20, and you hear over the two-way, oh, is your traders stream working? And then
Harry and I both, like, we know now that you don't put it on at 6 when they tell you to put it on. You put it on at 6:15 because that's when they actually start. Your AFL traders stream, and we've both got it going. It's unbelievable.
And I'm there sitting going, I'm listening to my podcast, and I hear, hey, Harry, are you thinking advice on day costs? Captain on Gorn? I'm like, oh, I've gone down this road, and then we talk about our trades, and then you just know Dad and Granddad, they're going, what is going on? We talking about?
It's great because sometimes, occasionally, the blokes doing roadworks around sort of our region are on the same UHF channel as we are, and so you hear blokes like roadwork fellas coming through our UHF. Well, fair dinkum, those blokes at the roadworks must get a bit of AFL fantasy chat from Harry and I, because we're just like, it'd be like Tuesday, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I just randomly ask Harry over the two-way what trades he's made or something. Yeah. That's literally what we're doing. So
that's huge.
No, it's great stuff.
When you were talking before about giving mum an estimated time, I love how you'll always give her an estimated time that's way faster than you're actually going to be there, because you don't want to have to be there waiting for mum.
Mate,
standing there in the tractor, just waiting, or the head up, waiting for mum to come and deliver. It's like, I want you right there ready. And so it's just like an easy drop off and away I go. Because when you're hard, you just spend so much time waiting already. It's like, I don't want to have to be just waiting around. And then you're like telling everyone else, just waiting for my caramel pie and my coffee. So you're like actually holding up most of the people. Or like, Gus, you're in there, Harry's in the chase a bit, and Harry's got to like speed off after you. All over some caramel pie.
I'll say this. going when we were younger, going in the chaser bin with Dad, geez, you'd be holding onto that side door with everything you've got, and you'd look over him. You'd look over and we're doing 30k an hour, and geez, that would have felt like going 200 on the highway.
And you obviously, because you're in the kids' seat, you didn't have any real suspension, and Dad would be next to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Up and down. And you're there like hanging on, going,
and if your head gets too close to the glass, you just hear a big thud, and it's your dome going into the glass.
Oh, that's good memories.
Mate,
that is real good.
It's like, yeah, the header's already, depreciating so much per hour, and so it's all sort of go. The other night, I was very proud of Mum. She drove straight past the 2 chaser bins. Instead of giving Auden and Harry their dinner, she drives, an extra 500 meters to me, and pulls up, gives me my dinner at the header, and then goes back and gives them the dinner. I was like, oh, Mum, you're learning quick. This is good.
Man, yeah, well, you'd think so. After being involved in harvest for 30 years, you'd think she'd be well across it.
There is that. But I'll tell you what, the biggest person, like the person with the biggest lift this harvest, is Granddad. Because when Harry and I wake up and we're buggered, there's nothing more humbling than you with your, like, just eyes out of your brain, and you're having your breakfast and your coffee going, I hope this revives me. And Granddad just drives past the house in the Rodeo at 7 o'clock in the morning, ready to start. And you go, fair income. He's 83 years old. I'm 20. And he's just trucking.
No, he's just trucking on. Trucking nut for the nation.
Yeah, there's nothing like he just does everything. It's like, oh yeah, let me just jump up this silo, check how much is in there, jump back down, do this, and this. He has so many tricks that he does. Like,
it actually wasn't like, it was probably 10 years ago now. But I used to take the footy to the bag site, and in between chaser bin loads, Granddad and I used to kick the footy to each other.
That's good. That's good stuff. That's real good stuff. Well, boys, moving on from harvest, that's the most exciting part of harvest being finished is that next week and the week after, we're going to have some in-person records finally, listeners. I feel like the product is always better when we're in the same room and the boys aren't flat chat harvesting. So there's plenty of that to look forward to. Boys, today I actually got into my fencing work and I built a sand pit, actually. We got Hugo's sand pit for his first birthday next weekend. So Seals and I got the flat pack out and put that together, which was an experience.
So it wasn't the clamshell sand pit?
No, it wasn't. It's got like an awning. It's actually quite bougie.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But the other thing, boys, I've got something that's back. It's fucking back in my life. Starting yesterday, I was hungover from a Bucks weekend, and it was my first proper hangover as a parent where I've been like, oh my God, I am dying here. And I looked into my cupboard, my pantry.
Into the depths of your pantry.
And I saw Milo, and I just went, that's got me written all over it.
You and me, baby.
Since that moment yesterday, I've had 5 Milos. So Milo,
Lachlan, run me through.
Milo is back. It is back, baby. The rest of that tin doesn't stand a chance.
And none of that Nesquik rubbish, mate.
No,
Australian Milo.
No.
Good, honest and true. The good stuff, mate. And not the Coles knockoff Milo anyway either. Like, you can knock off,
mate.
Look, you can knock off on Wheat Bix. I'll happily have wheat biscuits, but when it comes to Milo, mate, you need the good, honest and true stuff.
Mate, absolutely.
Absolutely, you do.
And I'm calling on the listeners right now. If you're sleeping on Milo or you loved Milo as a kid, bring it back. Get it back out. I'm starting a campaign. Get Milo back, because
I don't think it ever left, but get it back.
I was mixing it with my creatine. Tonight I had milk, creatine, vanilla protein powder, and then 4 tablespoons of Milo, and I shook it up in my protein shaker. Oh, I nearly went back for seconds.
Mate, if you want an advocate for Milo, ask Harry. He'll flame and have it on toast.
Yeah, come on, Harry.
And you've had it on toast, haven't you, Harry? I swear you have.
It's good on toast. It's good.
Bit of butter
How?
and Milo, mate.
Well,
How desperate were you?
mate,
Well, it's similar.
You know
You
what our
think.
house.
Harry
you know
would
what
be
food is in
Harry.
our house sometimes.
Harry's 100% had Biscoff on toast before.
Mate,
Yeah.
I have that all the time.
Yeah, I knew it.
Mate, if you have butter and
It's
then Milo
biscuit
on
spread.
toast,
It's
similar to Nutella.
It's
It is,
four
it is.
toast. Biscoff is 4 toast. So I have it on toast.
It's fair enough. Hey, and you could if no one's paying too close attention to it, Harry, you could just say that it's peanut butter, but just don't let them smell it because it's the same color,
Get
I
out
don't
of
think
here.
Mum
Stop
cares. She's
smelling
just
me
happy
toast,
she doesn't
mate.
have to do it.
and that's fair enough. Right, massive week, boys. Plenty happened across the weekend of sport this weekend. We had the Lions Whiteboard Gate, the Broncos losing, Dean Marriner having to have serious surgery overnight. Arsenal win again. So let's get into it. Boys, we'll start with the Lions game. That was an absolute humping.
It was
Got
great.
the rugby league variety, Lachlan.
So I was at a Bucks party while this was on and I was checking it and we had it on in the background. That was a genuine training drill. I know we sat here last week and were like, oh, the Bombers were terrible against Collingwood, and I was right on them. They are, write them off. They are shocking.
I watched every minute of this game, sitting on the lounge waiting for grain to dry, and it was a great game. It was stress-free, which is rare.
Mate, from the start until the end, it was just like, oh yeah, we're just so much better than you. Like, just sit down. Like, we're flexing our muscles. What anything stand out to you boys from this game?
Well, the whiteboard incident.
Yeah, do you guys want to start with the whiteboard incident? I was going to get to it. So, listeners, those of you listening that might not have been aware of what happened, during the week, an Auskick parent who happened to be an Essendon fan attended Brighton Homes Arena. And as in all elite sport, there will be a whiteboard where they do opposition analysis. Now, the way the Lions do it is they break it into forwards, mids, and defenders, and they have a strengths and weaknesses category, right? So there's some stuff that's like very direct language of like, okay, we're looking at Kyle Langford and they're labeling him as selfish. They're now labeling Zach Merritt as selfish. And Jackson Pryor, who also played for the Lions, they said he has no right foot, which he doesn't, and he's got a temper, which he does.
And he's got a hot
And
missus.
the only strength was his girlfriend, Bronte, which was an interesting take. And what was also funny about this is when Channel 7 posted the photo, they actually removed the girlfriend part of the strength. So it looked like anyone that hadn't seen the actual photo looked at it and was like, oh, ex-Lion, Jackson Pryor, they just don't reckon he's any good at all. And so they've just gone with only weaknesses. Now, some of the uproar about this has been utter, like, ridiculous. Like, I saw a clip from the Sunday Footy Show where Tony Jones was trying to make an argument. Well, if you're Ben Mackay, how would you be feeling about it? And Rory Sloane was there just going, mate, no. This is elite sport. There is no room for having your feelings hurt, and they are direct performance. That's all they're judging them on. It's just performance, and I'm sorry, but there's no room for
girlfriends.
And girlfriends. I'd love to know the backstory behind that because that is odd.
Apparently, they had a laugh with him afterwards, but like,
I have no doubt. But every sports team does this. This is not new. Like where I've been the one writing up on the whiteboard where coaches and players have given me the same sort of strengths and weaknesses, and you take the piss and you have fun with it and you write them up there. But if you're not doing that as a professional sports team, you're actually not doing your job properly.
Other than the girlfriend one, like the rest, and even that one's kind of play on, but like the rest of them are all play on. Like that's literally just listing strengths and weaknesses. And you're right, if you're not doing that, yeah, mate, they're doing a simple SWOT analysis. Okay, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats.
They all would have they would have known Bronte as well. So like. You can't really read too much into it because they know Jackson personally, they know her personally. So it's kind of like, well, you just assume it's okay.
Oh, I didn't see anything like wrong with it. I was like, this is such a non-story. Like, you're right. It's elite sport. They're not even saying anything. Like, there's nothing crass or anything about the players. It's literally just can't kick on his left. Like, he's a selfish player, stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
Lachlan, your whole job with Cricket Australia has revolved around that sort of thing.
Yeah, literally. And I've written way worse things about players of the opposition. And like I've sat with coaches where they have, like we're playing another team and someone might have a weird name and they give him a weird nickname. And so you then on all of your internal documentation, you're calling him by this weird nickname. Like I remember scouting for a BBL draft a few years ago, and Jordan Cox, who's a English wicketkeeper, he was on our board of who we wanted to get. Obviously, there's a guy that used to play domestic cricket in the early 2000s, called Jamie Cox. So we were calling him Jamie. So on all of the boards, it said Jamie Cox, to the point where we were petrified that one of the coaches was going to call Jordan Cox in an interview or whatever as Jamie Cox, because it was just the language we were using.
Yeah, he was throwing Jamie in.
Yeah. And the thing, like Fagan's points after the game were really interesting. Like he was obviously seething, as you would be, and he made reference that they'd done that for the whole 9 years that Fagan has been coach. And he said that, this person tried to make a hero of themselves and was staggered that it happened at a community event that the Lions hosted, where they've just said that like now they're going to have to make unfortunate changes where they've given the outer public more access to Brighton Homes Arena, which is the right thing to do as a successful football club. But when that privilege gets abused and your private notes get taken and put away, it's kind of like, unfortunately, you do have to then make some changes. Now, when I saw the photo of the whiteboard, I immediately thought, you guys probably need to put some better glass up that you can't see through, like a sheer glass. We had them at Queensland Cricket where in all of our meeting rooms, someone walking past actually couldn't go through and see the whiteboards. Like it was all glassed, but they just couldn't see through. And I immediately thought it was strange that such a new facility didn't have that, because I feel like in a private meeting room, that's kind of a no-brainer. Like if you're going to have that sensitive information on the wall and there are people that are going to come in, you would have thought you would at least add like a privacy element to it. That was the part of me that surprised me of just how widely open that information was to someone just walking down the corridor. Because it's not
No, I don't think he was just walking down the corridor. I think he went into like somewhere he wasn't meant to be.
Wow, so it's like on that level.
Yeah, that's why he was illegally took a photo, because it wasn't just come through here. Here's the field. Oh, there's a window next to me. What's in there? A whiteboard. No, like he went into somewhere he shouldn't have.
You can imagine the sort of latte drinking helicopter sort of parent, and mum sort of Auskick parent that'd kick up a stink about that sort of thing.
Yeah,
well, he was an Essendon fan.
Yeah. And the Lions this week are getting frosted glass installed. So exactly the thing I was talking about that we had at QC, they're going to install that in, because it's a smart move, but it's also like, I guess you could look at it as being naive from the Lions to think that like that sort of thing, or like this could happen to any football club. Obviously, it happened to the football club we passionately support. But it's interesting because I guess when you're designing those facilities, you're not necessarily thinking like, hey, let's put frosted glass up so that our sensitive information doesn't get leaked. It's also, I think also, if I'm an Essendon player reading those notes, it is uncomfortable. Like, I'm sure it's uncomfortable for Sam Durham to read that another team looks at him and thinks that he's a hothead. And I know it's all performance-based and they're obviously all elite athletes, but like Zach Merritt, obviously great player, but like, I don't think they're wrong for calling him selfish. I don't think they're wrong for saying that Ben Mackay's got low confidence. I think that's elite and correct scouting.
Look, I don't think any of those
Lions and how well and how successful they've been. Like, this information they've been collecting has clearly been working. They've played in the last 3 grand finals. They've won the last.
Lachlan, if you're one of the Essendon players, you go, this happens for every other team, and plus this stuff is said about them in the press every single week.
Yeah, it's not new information.
Exactly. No, stuff like that is they would be fine with it because that sort of stuff is said in the press every week. It's not like a once off, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's coming from your opposition, but geez, I tell you what, some of the stuff they'd say to each other on the footy field, well, not anymore. You'll get 6 weeks for it, but you know.
Yeah, but I see what you're getting at. But Angus, never have you ever heard media say Zac Bailey is selfish. I reckon that would have been a bit of a wake-up call to him. He would have gone elite teams and analysts see me as selfish, and I think that.
But if you're Zac Bailey, can you not sort of see that yourself? It's Zac Bailey playing in for Essendon. Of course, he's going to be selfish.
Yeah, I see your point, Gus, but I feel like
you've got to be able to self-reflect, surely, and go, oh, yeah, I do hog the pill a little bit. Because if I hog the pill, we're probably going to do better.
Yeah, I do definitely see what you're saying. Yeah, I just find it, I do find it funny. And also there's probably another side to this where that the Lions might have had even I know there's the whole Jackson Price girlfriend and thing on there, and they've called some guys selfish, and it's all very above board. It's just what happens again in elite sport. But it does make you wonder, and even for me, just having been in some of those conversations in cricket, it's kind of I know for a fact there would have been other weeks where they have written some not heinous stuff, but it's borderline the way they'll describe it, and it might.
That's probably one of their better weeks.
Yeah, and it might have come from an inside joke, and so the Lions, honestly, internally, they would find it funny, but on the wider club point of view, they would be yeah, this can't happen again. And I think that again, I touched on it before. I'm not going to go into it again. I just think it's disappointing that it's come from a community thing where the Lions have tried to open it up to the community, because you hate to see that. That get abused. But back to the football boys, the Lions, 143 points. I can't remember the last time we kicked 143 points. That's a big score.
Crazy.
I think it was first time since against Richmond 2024. I reckon we got over 130.
We smashed them that night. I remember that as well. Lions won by 64 points. Zac Bailey had an unbelievable performance. He came out today in the media and said that he wants to stay at Brisbane, and he's very much just focusing on his football, which again is all pretty above board for someone who's a big free agent, and he's obviously at one of the biggest, and he is at the most successful club in the AFL at the moment. But 4 goals, 29 touches. It's just the way he moves.
21 touches.
21 touches. Oh yeah, 21 touches. 9 score involvements. He was excellent. Logan Morris was good. Lohman was good. I thought Cody Curtin on debut looked good. He showed a couple of good signs.
Yeah, he looked good enough. What I did find interesting is a lot of the talk from all the players and anyone surrounded by the club was if he wasn't injured, he was going to play opening round.
Really? I didn't know that.
Chris Fagan in Fox Footy interview, I reckon Darcy Wilmot after the game, and Chris Fagan again in his post-match was before he got a punctured lung, he was going to play our first game. So that makes me think he's the genuine backup ruck, not Zane Zakostelski, the third ruck after our 2.
Yeah. After Handsome Henry.
Yeah.
Who's currently injured. The only injury for the Lions.
Draper.
Yeah, the only injury to come out for the Lions was Ty Gallup went off with a concussion, so he will miss the Carlton game on Friday.
Did he actually fail his HIA? I just heard he went off for one. I don't know if he actually... No, he fouled it on the AFL app. It's got him as out.
Yeah, so he's going to miss. The Lions now move to 5-3, and we said it last week. We said I think the Lions are really starting to purr, and there was some discourse from after the game where everyone was like, "Okay, yeah, this team's still the benchmark. I know they might have lost 3 games, and wherever they are on the ladder." Again, performance like that, again, I know it's against Essendon, but just the way we played and the way we tore a game apart, with the injuries that they also have out, they are humming. The Lions are humming, and it's it's we always sort of knew it was going to come, but it's still exciting to see. And I think we will rip Carlton apart on Friday night.
See, I
I'm
don't
so
buy into
excited for it.
I don't buy into the whole we're humming. Like, we've just beaten Essendon by 64 points. It's kind of what's expected.
Yeah, but Angus and I were at the Gabba last year against Essendon, and we should have had a performance like we had on Saturday, and we didn't put them to bed. And how many times have the Lions not put them to bed? But they put them to bed, and they put Adelaide to bed as well. Like, their wins. They're stepping on a team and going, I'm so much better than you.
Yeah, I think this game had a bit of like Chris Fagan going, you saw what you did last time to a much lesser opponent against Melbourne. You lost. And I think that's why this was an extra big win. If we didn't lose against Melbourne, I still think we only win this by 5 or 6 goals. I think it was only foot on the throat because of that. This team doesn't just put their foot on the throat for no reason. I don't think we're necessarily humming. It would not surprise me if we lost against Carlton on Friday. It's just...
you say that every week. You say that every week.
Mate,
Shit
I
out,
was right against Melbourne.
No. It's not going to happen, Harry. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Mate, no, this is my prediction. Carlton sacked Michael Voss halfway through the week, and Carlton beat us because they have a caretaker.
Yeah, there is that.
They're not going to sack him this week.
It happened in 2019.
It's awfully West Tigers fan of Harry to be like, we've just had a win, but I'm going to really downplay it. I'm going to downplay it because we could lose this week, and I don't want to get my hopes up.
Okay, so I feel like we've covered the Essendon game well. We'll have a little chat about the Carlton game, which we've already started. From a football point of view, we're not talking about the football at all. We're just talking about us three boys. You boys must be so excited to get back to the Gabba this Friday.
I'm very keen.
I was so sad I missed out on that Adelaide game to go.
And are you more excited for the football or the food review?
Look, sorry to the food review, but I'm more keen for the footy.
I'm not. There's nothing stressful about a food review.
That's spoken like the person that's edited it on the fly.
I was going to say that I wish I could just click my fingers and have a food review edited because the truth is you want to enjoy like pre-game and everyone running out on the field and all that, but you're facing phone editing it and it's good, but geez, I'd just rather be parked up watching the footy.
When I did it at the Adelaide game, I reckon I was editing for like maybe nearly all of the first quarter.
Yep. Yeah, and you're sort of like, oh, geez, I've come here to watch the footy.
We also got there a lot later. I think the key with the food review is that we get there early because we generally love putting the food review out. We love filming it and people love watching it. And we're obviously going to do every game this year. And I'm considering putting out a power rankings and ranking them on after each home game out on the socials. So we have like a graphic that we update each week with each of our scores.
Yeah. I think, this week we'll be near on getting there for when the gates open because Angus is no longer needed in town for his work. So,
yeah, well, I'm back on the farm. So,
yeah, he's back.
So stay tuned.
Actually, the way I said that sounded like he got fired. No, he left his job.
Yeah, I'm back on the farm. So,
he's been laid off. He's been laid off. Tough times.
Mate, we're coming El Nano on that.
It's from the barbecue incident. They just had to wait for the HR review to go through.
Mate, I should have fired myself after that barbecue incident. That was terrible. The embarrassment. All I'm going to say is don't trust the structural integrity of a fully loaded alfoil tray.
It's not you, mate. Plenty of them have been used before.
No, Lachlan, I'm definitely keen for the AFL, but I mean, you'd know this, like when you're flat out and you've got assignments galore and like I've got a lot of video work I need to do, it's kind of like, oh, geez, I wish I could just put everything on pause for a day and go and watch the AFL, but everything keeps ticking over and it just wipes a day out. You know what that means? Like, you know what I mean?
Actually, I'll tell you what I'm keen for.
It's a great thing to do to wipe a day out.
I'm keen for back-to-back home games.
Yeah, because then the Thursday into
Geelong, Thursday into Magic Round.
Into a public holiday for me that Friday. That's elite.
Yeah. I probably won't be going to school that day. I'll be in Brisbane with you guys watching Magic Round and fucking up.
You can't get school off to harvest, and instead we have to flog our rings out while you're at school. But you can get school off to go to the footy. How have you managed that with mum and dad?
Yeah, it's interesting.
You had it, Arden. Like, it was doable without me.
Yeah, it was fine.
Boys, the wider AFL, I reckon the other game of the round, well, probably the game of the round was Collingwood-Hawthorn Thursday night, ended in a draw.
No.
What about Crows?
No. Showdown was so far clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely was a lot better. The end of that Hawthorn-Collingwood game, though, was really interesting. The way that Darcy Moore drops that mark and then gives away the free kick and Dylan Moore kicks the goal, and it's kind of like, wow, that Hawthorn really got out of jail a little bit there, I guess, to describe it from a draw. But it was weird. Like, Collingwood kicked 15 goals 3 and Hawthorn kicked 13 goals 15. Like, Hawthorn should have done it easy, but they just couldn't. They just couldn't hit the scoreboard. It actually reminded me a lot of that. That's a Brisbane scoreline, that.
I was going to say,
stinks
of a Brisbane score.
And then we kick horribly and either win tightly or lose because we've cooked it.
Where, like, you should have just dusted them. If you're looking at shots on goal, you should have dusted them. But
it's always against GWS. It's always against GWS. Yeah, they've kicked 10 goals, nothing. We've actually kicked
nothing goals 60.
Yeah, Aaron
Cadman's
30 goal from the practice nets at the Gabba.
Aaron Cadman is he's parked up next to us in the members of the top tier, and he's just gone a little around the corner and it's gone through. Then you've got Logan Morris at the top of the goal square who's just kicked the post as hard as he possibly could. And and me and Lachlan both had enough. There's some little rat of a kid next to us going, 10-4-6-8, you can't kick straight. And I've never wanted to be an old man that could yell at him.
That was tough. That was
and
tough.
the Nuffy's just blowing up as well.
Kick it forward.
Yeah, that was a tough day.
That was great. Kick it forward.
We go for a switch and then you just hear like the audible groans from the elderly men. Oh,
I love the audible groan when we kick another behind.
From this game, I thought it was again interesting. Hawthorn definitely should have won. Pies led most of the night, and then Hawthorn came back, and it obviously ended up being a draw. I saw lots of things from this game being like, "That's why we need golden goal," or like, "That's why we need golden point or extra time," and it's kind of like, yeah,
I like.
I don't know if I want that. Yeah, so do I. I think it adds something extra. I don't necessarily feel like it's not as big of an injustice. Like, obviously, it was stupid in 2010 when there was a draw in the grand final and they had to come back and play the whole game the next week. Yeah, that's stupid. In finals, there should be just the extra time, which we now have. But I feel like in a home and away season game, when we are a football league, I think it's kind of fine. Like, I don't really see an issue with it. I don't know. Like, I don't know what you guys thought.
No, I would agree. I think if it's finals and stuff like that, it's different. But yeah, I think it's. Oh, but then again, it would be cool.
There's an argument for both sides. Genuinely, there's an argument for both sides.
I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't be sad if they brought it in.
I'm definitely team draw. It adds a whole nother dynamic.
I hate change.
It's a draw.
Stop changing the rules, mate. You've changed enough.
Yeah,
you've changed enough rules.
Angus.
I
reckon the only thing they need to change is after there's a draw, they play that song. Lachlan.
Yeah, play the draw theme song. 4 quarters played and the race is run. No one's lost, but no one's won. It's a draw.
That's great.
There's nothing left to say when the siren ends the game and the points are both the same. Only football's a winner.
Lachlan, That was a viral or trending. That was a viral or trending moment.
It's good. If you haven't heard the Draw theme song though on YouTube, it is actually a banger. I actually think it's also on Spotify. Enough of that. The wider leagues, Sydney won in an absolute shootout against Melbourne, which it was just goals galore. Freo won again. So they sit 6-2. Carlton sit 1-7, which is soon to be 1-8. 2-7 if you ask Harry.
No, I was going to say 2-7, mate.
Again, the Lions moved to 5-3. They're just nicely building, and it's interesting. It really is a two-tiered league. Like obviously, I've been doing the tipping graphics and putting them out. Like I think the last 3 weeks in a row, we've all gotten only one wrong.
Yeah,
and we got a bit of hate from Tommy Wainwright actually on the post this week saying that we're just copy and paste tippers, and I was like, mate, well. It's not like we're putting
what else are we going to
do?
I do see our tips and I do laugh, but it's also like...
Yeah, but he's also a Collingwood fan, so he can just like...
And we all tipped Hawthorn. We all got the tip right because it was a draw. Saturday night, boys, moving on to the rugby league, we had the Sydney Roosters were number on the Brisbane Broncos. And we kind of looked at the last few weeks and went, oh, yep, Broncos are going to get some cattle back. They're going to keep going. And it felt like a little bit like it all came home to roost. Get it? Roosters.
I've never heard that saying in my life.
That was good.
In this one where, the Roosters kind of just cooked them.
Yeah, I tipped the Roosters. I was through no more than, their odds are way better. There must be a reason for it. But
yeah,
I really
that's
thought
about the extent.
Reece Walsh coming back and like a better team that they would have like won, but no.
Not only that, Carrigan was back as well.
Yeah, Patrick. But yeah, I don't really have much to say on that. I was tractoring, so wasn't watching.
I watched the mini of this.
Tractoring. It was on Saturday. We weren't harvesting Saturday.
Oh, was it on Saturday? I thought it was Sunday.
Yeah. No, it was Saturday.
Oh, I just didn't watch it. I could have sworn it was
because
on
I
Sunday.
tuned in a little bit from the coast, and one of Bella's friends were chirping me for tipping the Roosters and not the Broncos. I was like, well,
is that the annoying
Roosters
one?
might win.
I tip winners. One thing though was interesting is the Broncos did score 4 tries in a row in the second half, and they were right in it. And then Katoni gets sin-binned, and then the Roosters run away with it. And it's kind of like, oh, geez, they were in with a shout, and then they they just kind of blew it. So the Broncos, they did have the momentum. They brought it back. Stags gets sin-binned, and you're just like, oh. Man, that's so frustrating. But the big talking point out of this game was Dean Marriner's injury. So he had what was described as a bad cork, right? So and anyone that's had a cork, he knows it is awful. And he came back on in the second half, and he'd been strapped and he'd been cleared by medical staff, and he ended up undergoing emergency limb saving surgery on Saturday night, because he had acute compartment syndrome. And listeners, you're going to be sitting here going, what is acute compartment syndrome? That is a dangerous, rapid rise in pressure within muscle compartments, usually in the legs or arms, caused by severe injuries leading to swelling and potential tissue death. So we're glad he's okay, but that would have been awful going through that.
Yeah.
That could have been the worst corky in history.
That's rogue.
I'm sure that would have corked him off guard.
Big time, Harry. Big time. But yeah, the Broncos, it'll be interesting. They now move on to their next game next week, which is against the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles.
Is that at Suncorp?
That's at Brookie, mate.
So is that
The
back-to-back away
Warriors.
games, or was that on Suncorp on Saturday?
No, they're back-to-back away games. Technically, it's back-to-back-to-back away games because they're the away team at Suncorp and Magic.
I can't believe that's great.
Well, usually they play Manly for a few years. They played Manly on Friday night at Suncorp, but that was not to happen, not to be this week.
I think they should change the name of Manly away from Manly. It's just misogynistic.
I know, mate. Womanly.
They, them, and Lee.
So it'd be interesting. Manly, they pushed the Panthers last night the whole way and ended up going down. So that's by no means going to be a straightforward win. So it's going to be a watch this space. Adam Reynolds also got a head knock. I think it was grade 1. Does grade 1 in the NRL mean you miss, or is it grade 2?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
I'm
not even going to pretend to know.
No. I have no idea. I know they're categorized by certain categories, so that's going to be interesting. But boys, the season goes to bad for
categorized by certain categories. You reckon, mate?
Sorry, that was the Melbourne Storm. Though they lost their 7th straight loss, equaling the worst run in club history.
That's crazy.
I'm now just not going to tip them until they prove to me that they can win.
Yeah.
So I'm tipping the Dogs to beat them whenever they play.
I just find it so bizarre. I can't wrap my head around the fact that they keep losing. And this week, that's the West Tigers on Sunday.
Oh, I'll be tipping the Tigs, mate.
Although they did get done by the Sharkies.
Mate, I do not understand rugby league.
Mate, it's
how do you tip
the Sharks?
Hey, no, but how do you tip
the Sharks?
Yeah. I know I did. You tipped the Tigers, and they lost by 42 points. That's so rogue that it could go one of two ways, and there's that much of a blowout.
What? Why'd you tip the Sharks?
Just did, mate. Because I think there's something in the atmosphere at Ocean Protect Stadium.
Just on our tipping at the moment. So Harry's leading the NRL on 44. I'm on 43, and Gus, you're on 41. I have no reference to how everyone else is going. I don't know how. I probably should look at our other competitions we're in, but I don't know if that's good or not. Whereas,
I know I'll be bad. I had a terrible start.
Whereas I know if I look at our AFL ones, at least from the people that I've seen comparing, I'm on 58. Gus, then both of you are on 55. But it's been sitting like that for
what are
weeks.
You on, Lachlan?
I'm on 58.
AFL or NRL?
AFL.
What are you for NRL?
43.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know. Listeners, I'd be interested to know how your tipping's going, because the NRL at the moment feels like an absolute lottery. Although, Gus, in that West Tigers game, Adam Dewey did go off early with an injury, so they did lose their halfback.
Yeah, right.
So,
who's been killing it this year as well?
Yeah, who's been really, really good. But in the NRL, the Panthers still sit at the top, and it doesn't really look like anyone's getting close to them. Tigers are up there. They fell away. And then, obviously, the Broncos just can't really put anything together. But no one else is really convincing me that much on a consistent basis. It's like all these other teams are going on little runs, but no one's really sustaining anything and competing up there with the Panthers. So, which is kind of interesting. So, boys, moving on from the NRL, we're going to dive into the stock exchange. So you're going to be buying and selling as per usual. The first one here is Zac Bailey will be a Brisbane Lion in 2027.
For the first time this year, I've thought of it. I'm gonna say buy. I was just always he's going to go to another club because he wants the money, and they're offering way more. But he's come out in the media and has blatantly said, "I want to stay at Brisbane, and I'm going to do everything I can to do so."
Look, I'm going to go sell just because I feel like he could go and take the extra money. and he's probably looking at it like, I've got a whole year to get through here, so I'll say that I'm not going to move. And I could probably see him getting offered heaps and going, oh yeah, that cash looks pretty good. Off I go.
I can see that. I think for Zac, I saw in that interview today, Harry, he actually said that he's from Adelaide, but he spent a lot of time, or is he from Northern Territory? Spent a lot of time.
He's from Darwin, but school was in Adelaide. I was looking at it today.
And he basically said that Brisbane's like his second home.
Yeah.
And he really loves
there's
it.
No go home factor.
Yeah. And so for him, he's obviously staring down. I know all these guys are paid really well, but like he's going to get offered some ridiculous money. He may also be waiting to see what happens with Lachie Neale, because that may free up more of a contract offer for him if Lachie ends up going home or to any of the other clubs that have been interested in him. The next one, Carlton win more than 8 games this season.
So,
are you willing to put a number on it?
5.
I'm going 4.
Is 5 win wooden spoon territory?
No. Tigers will win wooden spoon with 1.
So you're saying the Tigers aren't going to win another game this year?
No. Unless they beat Essendon. But even then, I don't see it.
It's interesting. So you guys are both selling that. Reece Walsh is the best fullback in the NRL.
Sell. His ceiling is the highest. Well, he's got the highest ceiling of any player, maybe barring. Actually, he's really got the highest ceiling of any player. But he's not better than Latrell. I know he's a centre, but I also don't reckon he's better than Dylan Edwards. Those guys just do it week in, week out and can actually defend.
Yeah, I would, similar to Harry, just very high ceiling. Great player, absolute gun, but probably not quite as day in, day out consistent as some others.
Interesting. Nathan Cleary wins the 2026 Dally M medal.
Bye.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't really know how the voting and all that works for the Dally M, but he's the best player, so I'd assume the best player wins.
Actually, on that, who do you think's on track for Brownlow?
Tracker.
It's kind of interesting because it really stumped me here, Gus.
Petrarca's gone near on what I would say 3 vote games in all of his games he's played.
This is an interesting shout, but Lachie Neale would genuinely be up there at the moment.
Yeah.
He has been unreal.
But I just think with the umpires now having stats and all the publicity around Dacos coming second, I just can see him winning by a landslide because they want him to.
Yeah, there is that too.
Yep, that's fair. This one, Gus, you can give an opinion on this if you like. West Ham survive Premier League relegation.
Harry?
I'm selling that after Spurs' massive win this morning. I'm selling that. It's now neck and neck. Like, you cannot be closer.
Yeah, and we're going to go into a little bit of that in depth in a second. But now this leads us on to a segment that we dabbled in last week. It's going to be coined Harry's Top 5. So I know I gave my top 5 anthems last week, but this time Gus and I are going to react to Harry giving his top 5. Harry, I'm going to throw it over to you. What's on top 5 this week?
When Lachlan was like, "Oh, what's your top 5 segment for this week?" I just said the first thing that came to my mind, which was top 5 shoes. And this is like more of a types of shoes. So I haven't actually prepared this at all, but this is I've been loosely making it up in my head while I've been sitting on the tractor doing nothing. In number 5, I've got work boots. You think if you didn't have work boots, jobs would be way more dangerous. And it's a staple. All the people that keep this country going, people that wear shirts like these, they wear steel caps, steel cap boots, mongrel boots.
The only boots.
Not sponsored, but it wouldn't be bad. We're quite the good ambassadors
Absolutely.
for you. Number 4.
And for any hardworking tradies out there, sorry, Harry, just quickly, any hardworking tradies, if you want to double the life of your mongrel boots, mate, get beeswax and coat that on your boots every 3 or 4 weeks, depending on conditions. Double your lifespan. And silicone spray your zipper.
Yeah, no, that's good. In number 4, I have like RM Williams boots, Comfort Craftsman's. Now, yeah, the Derby races were, I don't know, last weekend or something, and I don't reckon I saw a single male not in RM Williams boots. They're a staple. They can go to every which place of the country. You can go into the MCC of a Melbourne Demons game. You can go to the Derby races. You can ride a horse on them for all I care. It's just a good looking boot.
Harry, dare I say, I've seen them worn with footy shorts at uni before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, dear. Maybe
I saw someone on the weekend wearing full Queensland Reds kit with their RM boots on. And I mean, like, they were wearing the footy shorts, the footy socks, the jersey. They might have been the bucket of
you guys trying to convince me to knock them down? Okay.
No.
Number 3. I have slippers. They're just like so comfortable. They're just like really good.
Do they lose marks because they're not an all-round the year boot in Australia?
No, because I think the generational run they go on through winter is crazy. Like you're hopping out of your warm bed and you're like, I want to kill myself because I don't want to go to school. Then you slip on your Ugg boots and you're like, oh, maybe I'll go get myself a hot coffee and maybe school will just be okay for today. In number 2, I have the Birkenstock.
They do it all, the Birkenstock.
It's like they're so comfortable. Like they mold the shape of your foot and like they look good. You can get into the Gabba members with them. Like you can get into fancy dress. Well, not fancy dress, but like, you know what I mean? You can get into dress coded places with them. And you've got many different colours. And
many different colours, but one colour will do.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Like the brown
go with anything.
or even the black goes with anything.
Like I could be wearing my Dan Does Footy shirt and a green pair of shorts, and you put Berks on it somewhat, and all of a sudden it looks presentable.
But if you were to put the thongs on, mate, you get into away at the door. But Berks, it's okay. Yeah. Look, come on through, you and Dan.
Exactly. And in number 1, I have Crocs. They're just the best. Like you can pass them off as an closed-in shoe to get into places. Like you've got the 4-wheel drive mode. You've got the 2-wheel
well, you can
drive
lock
mode.
the diffs in.
You can lock them in, like I accidentally did on the tractor yesterday.
Good. I heard that, Gus. That's good. As someone who's got a front and rear diff on their car, I'm a huge fan.
Yes. You would appreciate it.
Oh, hugely.
Except the Crocs only run rear diffs.
Yeah, only rear diff.
A bit the same with the Birkenstocks. They mould to the shape of your foot. And I wrestled with Birks in 1 and Crocs in 2. Because you see, Crocs, if you leave them out in the sun, they can shrink, which was a big.
That's where they
no-no.
lose points for me.
Then I was like, well, that's just user error. Just don't leave them outside. So then, Crocs slot in at number 1.
Mr. Jack hasn't been attracted to a pair of Birks yet, but has been attracted to a pair of Crocs.
I think we've been we're really careful with Birks. They never get left outside.
Yeah, they never get left outside.
Harry, my question to you is: did you have an honourable mention, one that just sat just outside the 5 that and ahed with a spot?
The
jogger, the sand shoe,
the sand shoe. Yes, dude, I have no idea.
No idea.
Like what?
No idea.
What?
Also,
every
how
time I've
about
ever worn joggers on sand, they've been fucking dreadful, and I just get sand all through my shoes. So why are they called sand shoes?
Lachlan? How about how other countries call them runners, Australians call them joggers?
That's good. I've never thought of that.
In 20 years' time, mate, we'll be calling them walkers because we won't be stuffed. Oh,
So
my honourable mention, I reckon,
brings the top 5 segment.
that's
to a close.
unreal.
That's
I reckon,
excellent,
like,
Harry.
a good pair of sneakers as a male is that's a tough
that
one to go past too.
That was another honourable mention. Yeah, it was an honour.
And obviously, these are for blokes. I don't think our respective partners would be putting steel caps in their top 5.
No.
Well,
No,
I
I
think that's just them not realising what keeps the country going.
Well, Harry, look,
I think it's a joke.
Mate, I'll sit down and have this argument with you all day.
Harry, I really appreciated you putting Crocs at number 1 as someone who wears, alligators a lot. They're the top of my list, mate.
Yeah, so what's the next segment?
I actually thought you were going to rank your top 5 of steel cap boots. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Sweet. We're going to whip out the Blundstones, mate, the Steel Blues, the Flyman Olivers, the Flyman Mongrels, the Redbacks are getting a run.
Oh,
shout out to the Redbacks.
And
Big
the BW steel cap joggers.
Yeah.
Harry, where in those lists would the hard yakkers be?
Oh, yes. The tradies, mate.
Where's the King G's at?
Oh, the King G's.
Tell you what, there might be a top 10 segment of steel cap.
I don't know if you blokes have like an Instagram reel that you could just go back to and remember. But for mine, it's old mate who's like in his 60s and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning and he's got the King G's rolled up to his knees and he's just ripping a dart in the ocean.
Mate. Yeah, that's a King G. Harry, thank you. I'm sure the listeners already look forward to the top 5. I'm looking forward to a top 5 in person. That's going to be excellent on an in-person record. We're going to quickly finish off with a little bit of football chat. Harry, Arsenal have gone 6 points clear after a 3-0 win against Fulham. City have 2 games in hand. How are you feeling?
I think we've lost momentum because we just have not. Like, we always chasing. It's different if, like, I think Arsenal, if they're in the situation we are in now, where we're chasing them 6 points ahead and we, can't slip. If that's Arsenal chasing us, I have no doubt they bottle it. But I think Arsenal, because they're always going to have their nose ahead, might get it done. It just seems like they've been able to steady a bit. And I'm confident we'll drop a game, definitely. Potentially even 2, and I'm not as confident that Arsenal will now. So I think I am, for the first time since they lost to Bournemouth, probably saying it's Arsenal's title to lose now.
Would you say, Harry, the point, like psychologically, the way that Arsenal are 6 points ahead, it's a little bit like runs on the board in a final in cricket?
Yeah.
Like it's just like it's there and it's like City have kind of got to be perfect before, like, for it to happen. The other thing, though, I think that's on City's side is while they have had other games happening, they also haven't had Champions League to worry about the same way that Arsenal have. Like, I know listeners, by the time you've listened to this, you'll know what happened between Everton and Man City. But then City then play Brentford and then Palace both at home. So all 3 of those, you would say they should win. Arsenal play West Ham, I believe, after this one. So it's certainly going to be interesting. I think it's compelling. I think everyone kind of thought after that game against the City-Arsenal game, everyone thought, Arsenal are going to fall in a heap. But you actually have to give them a lot of credit for how they responded because they took it to Man City in that game, and now they're really starting to. It feels like it was the kick up the pants that they needed.
Yeah. I can see us losing to Everton or Crystal Palace. We just never seem to beat Crystal Palace.
Yeah, but even them, they've got the Conference League to worry about. So the league's not really their biggest priority. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting space. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The other one, Harry, on the other side of the table is the relegation battle. I reckon it's down to Spurs and West Ham. West Ham lost. Spurs won. So they've now won 2 games in a row, which is ridiculous. Now meaning that Spurs have it back in their control. So West Ham now have to have fixtures go their way, and they still have to play Arsenal. And all of a sudden, in a swing, we said there was going to be twists and turns, and all of a sudden, there's been quite a massive swing, and West Ham would be favourites to go down.
Yeah, I'm still not sure if I would say West Ham are favourites to go down. They've got an easier run in than Spurs do, but Spurs have, like what's happened with Arsenal and City. Spurs have runs on the board, and it's now, well, West Ham, it's over to you. You've got to do something. If they both lose out, Spurs go through. So it's
now it's on you.
Yeah.
So now Tottenham are $4 to go down, and West Ham are $1.30.
That's value on Tottenham to go down. Goodness.
Yeah. Massive value. So it'll be interesting. We'll keep covering it as the run-in happens. Fielded a weaker side because of their Europa League semi. They lost to Nottingham Forest 1-0, meaning that they've got to chase this game that's going to happen midweek. So that was part of the reason why Spurs ended up getting a win. If Villa were full strength, I don't think that result goes their way. If you were to get, are you still saying Spurs are going to go down, Harry? That's still your prediction?
Yeah, I think so. It's a massive win, though. Like, that is a massive win.
It's huge. It's absolutely
massive
huge.
Confidence boost, back-to-back wins.
And lovely finish from Conor Gallagher. That was excellent.
Magnificent.
Very similar to Kobe Manu's goal to get the winner against Liverpool for Man United, which was
Liverpool.
I'm still going to say West Ham are going to go down. I think Spurs will galvanise from these games that they've had, and I think they're going to pull through. Gus, would you be willing to put a prediction out there, West Ham or Spurs to go down?
Oh, look, I think a lot of people would expect West Ham and, it's not like Spurs to go down. And so I'm going to have to say West Ham are going to be the ones to go down because, look, it just can't be Spurs. That just wouldn't be right. One of the biggest clubs. So
it'd be more like East Bacon to go down, mate.
That's right.
Now, boys, moving on to the football over and what's happening next weekend. Is anyone keen to put out a bold prediction of the weekend of football next weekend?
Has
anyone got any?
Max Gawn is going to score over 90 fantasy points.
Maximus Gawn. God, that's been frustrating.
I have give me Carlton to sack Michael Voss and Carlton to beat Brisbane.
Fair enough. I'm going to have Hawthorn are going to beat Freo. Freo.
Yeah.
Hawthorn will beat Freo at Optus on Thursday night. Oh, Thursday night, 8:10. That is late.
Eerie. Have we got a double for Friday?
Jeez, I'll be
yes.
Double Friday sucks.
Why is Double Fridays happening, Harry? Do we know why?
Oh, it's so
it's the dumbest thing ever. Why?
What actually is the reason?
We're having 2 games on Sunday, but we're overlapping the games on Friday. It is stupid. It is stupid. And look, what the heck was that? Why are you overlapping the game with the showdown? Why are you playing 2 of the best games of the round at once? But I have to sit down and watch Brisbane versus
and you're not going to
Essendon.
them.
Like, come
on. My immediate question is, why can't Port Adelaide Western Bulldogs be the Thursday night game and then Freo play at play their 6 o'clock or 5:30 time slot they usually play for the East Coast on Sunday afternoon.
No, I just hate it. I was doing the same move to Friday. That was why I was already disagreeing. But no, that's fine. Anything that isn't 2 Friday night games is fine.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of it. But yeah, that's going to be my upset. I'm going to tip. I reckon Hawthorn are going to beat Freo. So, Gus, any upsets on the card for you? Oh, I tell you what, Geelong Collingwood's a good game on Saturday night.
Yeah, but like, you know, Collingwood could beat Geelong there, and I was like, is that an upset?
Yeah,
And that's sort of
that score.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Geez, I tell you what, West Coast Eagles could do it over Melbourne Demons. Could do the damn thing.
Hey, I can't believe the Eagles lost to Richmond.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't have that. I really just thought, I was like, the Eagles, they'll be okay. And then,
yeah, well, I'm out of the gauntlet.
I didn't even start it, Harry.
Oh, I'm still in it.
Harry, did you burn the Eagles on the first one? Did you burn the Eagles on the first week of the gauntlet?
Second week. Because
Yeah,
I was like, well, I'm not gonna the gauntlet means nothing. I'm not gonna die wondering. You've got to I was so close to tipping Richmond because I was like, well, this is the only game I see them winning, but I didn't. I was like, okay, I'm gonna cash in West Coast, and well.
Yeah, I've done GWS and Gold Coast. So Melbourne are my gauntlet this week against West Coast.
Nice, mate. Really going out of your way there.
So,
no, well, listeners, thank you very much. Also, thank you very much for the love so far on Red, White and Root episode 3. It is already our most viewed Red, White and Root episode. We are building nicely into the World Cup. We are less than 6 weeks away from the World Cup. We are ready to get ripping. For those of you that don't know, in the Socceroos group, they have USA, Paraguay, and Turkey. They are all at watchable times, so make sure you get around it. Thank you for all the love on the Town Files episodes. All 3 are now out. We may revisit that format at some point, but they are going to remain in our feed. So listeners, if you are new to our podcast and you want to get to know each of us better, each of our episodes you'll be able to find on whatever platform. If you could please leave a 5-star review on whatever platform you listen to, that would be great as well. It helps us get discovered and share the love on the podcast. Boys, that is episode 11 in the books. We'll be back for you next week, with an absolute treat. The boys are back all in the same room, ready to do another episode, which I'm really excited about. I definitely prefer the in-person records over digitally. Digital's good, it keeps us consistent, it gets us by, but there's nothing better than being in the same room.
No, it is good.
Yeah,
it is good.
It's way better.
Any parting words to the listeners, fellas?
Don't get bitter, get better.
Enjoy the food review next weekend.
I believe Kerry Packer said that.
Yeah, on the food review, boys, what are you hoping to get?
I know Harry's is going to be chicken chips.
I want to go pizza. The New York pizza that they have at the ground.
Do they have do they still have the Oh, actually, I wouldn't mind hot dog. Those hot dogs actually have been looking good.
Yeah, big glue.
The gourmet looking hot dogs.
I want the New York pizza.
I want the chocolate mousse.
Oh.
I think that would be funny. Us reviewing the chocolate mousse.
Yeah, that would.
I'd prefer
asking for 3 spoons.
I'd prefer the chocolate elk.
I'm a huge vanilla deer guy.
I'm a Dare iced coffee man, personally. All right, lads. That's going to be it for us. Boys, thank you so much for joining. Listeners, thank you so much for listening. We love you, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Very good. See you guys.
Gotcha.
Bye.
Bye.